Phoenix police officers will now be required to document every instance in which they point their gun at someone. A supervisor will review each incident, and that every single one will be required to fill out forms detailing exactly what occurred. The information will provide a more complete picture of how and why guns are being drawn in specific instances.
So let's be clear. It was a Phoenix police officer that pulled his gun on a woman because her 4-year-old stole a doll, right?
That's
a big thing.
Wasn't she
right?
holding a baby
From the
as well?
dollar
She
store.
was holding a baby, right? And so now police officers and the police chief, who was from Oxnard, who now is that police chief, basically saw nothing wrong with that.
Awesome.
Right.
So every time a Phoenix police officer pulls a gun, he has to fill a report out. And we already have the Amazon on fire, right? So trees don't have a chance.
At all.
We better learn how to breathe underwater.
Yes.
Quickly.
So stupid.
Because even if it's just, and Phoenix is the 5th or 6th or 7th largest city in the country, one of those, it's a pretty large city. I think that if you made police officers fill out reports, which is really tantamount to us trying to get to accountability, right? Then we're gonna run out of trees.
Well, not only that, the police officers will probably be very busy.
Right.
Yeah.
They'll be busy filling out reports. I mean,
Yeah.
no one actually policing.
Yeah, and they don't want to do that. So.
How are we going to hold them accountable? Is there body
we
cams
won't.
or something?
It will be. I guess their supervisors. Or
Well,
whatever.
after the Amazon finished burning and they finished tearing the rest of the trees for paper for police reports,
This is not going to work.
we'll have to learn how to breathe water. Good thing we got a gospel dude here to pray this all the way.
Yeah,
I know,
yeah.
that's
Come
right.
on, Jesus.
Direct line of
Help
Jesus. So scientists say people can tolerate more pain if their romantic partner is next to them. Researchers found volunteers who were able to tolerate pain more when their loved ones were in the room with them rather than being alone. But their romantic partners were not allowed to hold their hand or speak to them. They were only allowed to make eye contact, and they say it actually provided a distraction for them.
I think that men don't want to look weak in front of their woman. They don't want their woman mouthing.
Yeah. Because if you cry, like,
Just let them take the hair out of that blister you that hair book. They don't want that. And I think women are more noble. Like, women don't want you to see them in pain because they don't want you to worry. Like, I don't know how many times women have been going through a medical test.
Right.
Like, you had a medical test one time, and you were just, because you don't want anybody to know, like, how LaDonna has been sick, or the girl, like, what my daughters will never tell me is if they have a test. If they have a medical test, or if there's something wrong with them,
We tell you after.
Right.
I'll freak out.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh my God. Well, you did come with me when I had my MRI.
yeah,
though.
and I
he
I cried the whole time. I'm like, oh my God, what if
See,
they
it's
find
that
out?
part right there.
What if
Yeah.
they find out she doesn't have a brain?
Well, it wasn't for my
I don't know how
head.
you did that. but-
What if they found? What if they found out there's a hamster in the wheel right there?
Right. So an Arizona
No, but I
professional.
seriously think that women, they don't want their families to know and be afraid.
Yeah.
That's true.
Men don't want to look bad.
We don't want you to be afraid either, because if
Yeah.
you're scared, everything's
Yeah.
going to
Yeah.
hell. Like,
Yeah,
it's
They-
over.
yeah.
We lost.
I think I just don't tell because I don't want nobody to know my business.
You're so
well.
secret.
I am. I just do my own thing. Ain't none of your business what I talk about. Right.
Yeah.
It's my bullet hole. Shut up.
My
Right.
shirt's fine though.
Right.
Jasmine was in the hospital delivering the baby. That ain't my. I don't know what you're talking about.
Right. A scar doesn't mean anything.
Who is this dude coming out of here like that? Attached to me.
An Arizona professional cuddle therapist is accused of sexual misconduct after her nipple ended up in a client's mouth for about 5 minutes. Now, the complainant said that she told her it was her dream to be held by a naked woman. So the therapist agreed, and on the 4th session, the woman got undressed, and the therapist invited the client to rest her head on her breast. And
It's 2
somehow,
women.
Yeah, 2 women.
Right.
And somehow her nipple got in her mouth.
Somehow.
She said,
somehow.
the therapist said, I'm just channeling nurturing energy into you through my breast.
Yeah, okay,
So,
player. All right.
When the patient left, she realized, or she felt that she had been somehow sexually assaulted, so she actually wanted to take her to court. But the attorney for the therapist was able to argue that the act of cuddling, that was all a part of it.
Well, I think now we know why Kia doesn't live in Arizona.
No.
And she's no longer a
Cuddling
a
and
cuddler therapist.
succulage are two different things.
Totally different.
That was half a kid's game right
Yeah,
there.
I know.
I'm saying.
I've read reports where somebody,
crazy.
there's a cat who I know, and on his report, a woman said that he placed his male member in her mouth for 2 minutes.
Okay.
I'm like,
Wasted.
stop.
That's a yeah.
That's
It was 2 minutes, not 2 seconds. It was 2 minutes.
2 minutes.
Yeah.
2 minutes.
She
Like
counted.
even the dude who was trying to sue Kevin Spacey said he fondled me for 2 minutes.
Yeah.
That's
What are you thinking about during that time?
If you don't push away
That's a long time.
after 10 seconds, I think that's
10
kind
seconds?
of well, yeah, 5. I don't know. I just made
Well,
that
to
up.
be honest, there is a thing called like how you have fight or flight. There's
Sure.
a thing called freeze where you literally go outside your body.
Right.
If
Oh,
you-
really?
and then you wake up and somebody has his hand on your jump.
Well, that you just literally go outside your body
Yeah.
and you're like,
Not for 2 minutes now.
Yeah,
2
you
minutes is
do.
a long
Okay,
time.
I bet
Well.
that happens a lot.
yeah,
Well, you can
I
blank
mean, I
out.
bet that there
Blank
is
out.
a certain percentage of time that happens, right?
yeah,
But there is just sometimes when it didn't.
of
Right.
course.
No, it ain't. Yeah.
Like
Well.
we're always taking the exception and making it the rule. It is hard for me to believe that just like with this woman that somebody not you, Kia, because we know you don't do it anymore, but somebody
I didn't come back to
has
this
her
abuse.
nipple in your mouth for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Right.
And that was that.
Now, maybe I can understand some seconds because you're trying to figure out what to do. Is this really happening?
seconds
whatever.
or-
Seconds.
okay,
Not seconds.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm just
That's
asking.
totally different.
Yeah,
But
that is
minutes?
minutes. Minutes is a long
I
time.
think she was trying to decide if she liked it or not.
Well, first of all, the fact
Me
that she
too.
said it was her dream to be cuddled by a naked woman
Right.
Right.
should have been a dead giveaway right
Right.
away.
She right.
I'm telling you, I'm so glad Kia gave her for practice and came here with us.
Don't be-
She was like, that was only the 2-minute treatment?
Is Kia Renee's House of Love cutting it?
I do not need to manipulate. I do not.